Good morning and sliding in the afternoon. Nana here, also known as Judy Allen, with Teach Me Nana, and I also do adventurous stamping. So today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy tag that you can put a gift card in, gift card in, right? And you can also attach it to a package if you want to or whatever. But we're going to make the tag where we can sit there and put a gift card in it, all right? So with that, let's go down to the hands, right? Because it's all about creating, sharing, and giving. And I'll recap for you what we've already done, and we'll go ahead and move forward what we're making today. So there you go. Whoop, whoop. So it is hot here, right? It's still in the 90s degrees here, just FYI. So put this aside. I did some measurements there for you. So this is what we've already created. So if you missed out, the tutorials are out there, not only here, but on YouTube. So this is the bay window we created last week. And this tucks in here, right there. And we did a gate fold. We did some other things too, right? So these are the ones we've already created. And I don't want you to miss out because on Sunday, Zoe and Anna will be live with a new kit. So come kit together with us, whether you have this kit or not. Bring something along and just, you can create along with us. We give away door prizes on Sunday too. But this is some of the bases that we'll be working with. Look at that foil paper. And this one here too. It didn't have fold on it, but it's real pretty, right? So join us. It's 4 o'clock on Sunday. Zoe and Ann will be live together. Okay, so what we're working with here, and I just moved all my stuff out of the way when I did that. I'm taking some scrap pieces that we've already left over, right? So there's always stuff left over. I even pulled some balloons out, pulled various things out. So this is what we're going to do. So you see I've got various scrap pieces and parts missing, right? Because we sat there and made things with it. So that's what you save the scraps. What I did before I came live here, I was busy measuring this gift card. I have a number of these. I collect them until I find exactly what I want and I use them. So this is actually, I'm just giving the basis how we're doing it. So it's not quite 3.5, it's more like 1/8. If you brought it all the way down to the bottom that you can't see here, you'd see that it was actually 3/8 inches. So it's 3 3/8. And you do it this way, it's actually 2 inches and a smidgen, most likely 2 inches and 1/8. So it's gonna, we might need to alter that just a little bit. Let me add 1/8 to this. All right, so I was just doing the math for you. I thought I had it 2 inches, but let me do that again. Right, my daughter always says she does carpenter work, did carpenter work with stage, and she says you always measure twice. So it's just really in between the 2 and 2 1/8. I'm just going to add 1/8 to make sure we have enough room. We can always adjust as we get to it. So I'm just writing it down for you so you just have the math, right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to add 1/4 inch on each side here, okay? So when you add 1/4 inch on each side, you're going to gain 1/2 inch. Now it may be too wide, but it gives you, for this Nana, I like to be able to put a gift card in there. I might put money in there, right? So I like to have my options available. So we're going to trim this. So I'm going to use the measurements I put right here. Let me get rid of that spotlight on us. So we're going to go with that 3 7/8. There we go. Got that circle up. The lighting's really good for me, but it does a big circle, right? So we're going to do 3 7/8 in height. Okay, so if you don't know, right, just take your gift card however you want to put it in. You can do it sideways and make it sideways, but this is going to be better because it'll secure it and put money in there too. So that's what I did the math from here, because what I'm going to do is cut it down to 3 7/8. And this is going to be the back side. So we're just going to come and cut it to 3 7/8, which is almost to 4 inches, not quite, right? Oh, that was my height. My width is 2 5/8. So again, we're just going to we're going to cut it, and we're going to cut it down this other side too. And we'll have to cut off some of the top here, but we have the back part that we'll have to do as well. Cut it, so I need it at 2 5/8 as well. So if you don't know how to read this on here, right? So these little sections here that you see, these lines, those are all 1/4 inch. So you see the 1 inch here, and then you got the 2 inch here. So this is 1 1/4, 1 1/2, and so forth. So you're just dividing the half down to 1/4, and you divide the 1/4 down to 1/8. So that's where we're at right there with that. Okay, so now we're going to do this at 3 7/8. So I'm going to do this side because I want to cut off the extra top there. And this one needs to be 3 7/8. now we're not going to keep that scrap. That one we're actually going to let go. And we're going to do this one here at 3 7/8. So the nice thing about gift card holders, right? You can decorate them any way you want to. Just like you would a gift or anything else, because this is a gift, right? So if you went to, I won't name some stores and all, but if you went to them, I have to actually score this. If you went to them, you're going to have to pay for the gift card holder, right? But we can make our own. So I'm just going to do 1/4 inch all the way around. That's how I designed it. Now, if I messed up on my math, we're not going to talk about that. But I'm just going to come and score it 1/4 inch just on 3 sides, right? Because the top part is going to be our opening. Okay, so I scored 3 sides. And I'm just going to fold the score line so you can see it. And then we'll just sit there and hear it down in just a moment. We'll have to clip the corner there, right? So it's like sewing or anything else. You got the corners. To get on the fold right, you're going to have to clip it, right? So I'm going to set it there. But if you want to check it out, just take your gift card and see how that's going to fit right in there. Okay, so I want to make sure I have room for money. That's the main thing. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to make sure this is at 3 7/8, which it is. All right, so I'm going to come. Now, if this white part bothered you, it didn't bother me because I know I'm going to do I'm going to punch out, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm not worried about that, so I'm going to leave it. I want that to be at the top. So I'm just going to come now, and I'm going to score some 1/4 inch on these 3 sides. What I love about this is that it's so easy to make your own gift card holder, right? You can decorate it any way you want. Okay, now I got this one here. So we're just going to do the same thing, right? We're just going to fold on the score lines. So we are going to trim, right? We're just going to do a slight little cut here. So because we know we want this to fold up, right? And this is going to fold in. So it's these two are going to actually, this one right here yet. We're not there to there yet. So these two, we're going to have them facing each other, right? So sometimes we have to just work out the logistics in our mind. So we do this here. So it's just going to come here, and it's going to glue right here to this right here. Okay? So it's going to look like this, and we're going to glue it together like this so our card will slide in there, right? So what we'll have to do is we're going to have to trim right here because you see where the bulk is there? So I'm not making a box here. I'm just making an envelope that we put money in and the gift card, right? Okay, so I'm just going to cut these little corners off. Just get your scissors and cut them off. If you want the flap still there, you can. I don't think it's going to... So if you want to do it like you did your box and do it like that, but we're not trying to make a box, right? So we're just going to fold things in. So we don't need the flaps here. We're going to cut. Normally, if we were making a box, we need that flap. Make that into a flap so we can fold it and square off the box. Now we could have, right, instead of me making a gift card holder that I can just stick money into and all, I could have just as easily made this into a box, right? I would have just scored it on all 4 sides, and I would have had a box and a box lid. But I chose to make it this way here because this is just as easy, right? And for me, when I'm dealing with some of my special peeps, it's all about money, right? They're at the age, it's about money. So there you go. So see, I'll be able to fold this over just like this here and all, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue and fold this over right here. Now, if you still think that's too much bulk, just cut this at an angle, okay? Just a little bit. We want it to still be there. You don't want to cut it all off, but we still need it. Just cut it at an angle if it's too much bulk. Like I said, it's just like sewing, right? You go to those corners and you have to get them off, trim them a little bit, right? Because there's a lot of bulk and you don't want all the bulk in that one spot, so they'll work right, right? It's the same concept here, just doing it with paper. Okay. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder just to sit there and just give it a little extra so it'll be down easier. Do you see how this is going? Now I could, right? I could have glued those down right there. And if I did, I would have most probably had my paper clips handy. I see some. So if I glued it like that, I could. Now see, just using the bone folder, see how that helps it lay down. So use whatever tools you have or need, right? that makes it easier for you. Alright, I'll keep on. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to do it. I am going to go ahead and grab a few paper clips I see handy, which is yay. Because me, I'm really good about moving my stuff around from one place to the other. So, at least I have these here. So we're going to use, you know what? I'll use tape runner. This will be easier so I don't have to wait for it to dry. So again, I'm just going to use the tear and tape. And I'm just going to come down here. And that way I can put on each side when I'm ready to put on each side, right? That was after I sat there and got all the paper clips ready. But that's okay, right? So it's just that easy, right? So that's what I like about making a gift card. So the gift card, we can easily, like I said, we can put it on top of a package. So I do. Sometimes I give my peeps a gift, and they give them a gift card too, because they all like, Starbucks, any of those kind of places that they can go get whatever kind of drink they want. And let's see what other some of the places are. Well, I know some of them like to go to Target. And then some of them like to go online. But I don't do the online stuff. They have to do that with their parents. Okay, so we're just going to set this on top. So just so you can see that. And then we're going to decorate it. Right? So it's already got decoration per se because of the pretty paper and all, right? So we're just going to line up our corners down here as we do this. My daughter would get after me if I didn't measure twice. I'm just thinking, I hope I measured twice on that one, right? Okay, so I'm just lining these up. And so I got that off just a little bit. So just, the nice thing is with tear and tape is as long as I haven't like mashed it together, to make it sort of like final. Now see, I've got it lined up really nice, so I'll just come and just do like this for here one. But if I did it with glue is definitely more. I see it looks like I got this one off just a little bit. I'm not sure why that is. Let's see. Okay, see, that's the one's off a little bit. I'm not sure why that one's off a little bit. This one I can get it through here, but the top one is not. So good news is I didn't anchor that one down yet, so we're just going to move it over. If I can, just a little bit. If not, I'll have to do another one. So I'm going to glue it down, right? But you got to make sure it's going to fit, right? So when I did it a minute ago and I had it open, it fit just fine. But this other one looks like looks like when I scored it, I might have scored it off. So again, it's just taking it. Does it fit? Yes, it'll fit. All right. That's the main thing. We want to make sure it fits. Alright, so I need to expand this out over here just a little bit more, it looks like. I'm trying to think if there's another way I can have anything to expand it with. Tell you what I may do. I'm just going to do it like this, and I'm just going to trim it off. So it's not going to have the finished edge that I wanted, because I have to do it again, right? Hold on just a second. Okay, so long as you get a nice smooth edge, right? I really wanted a better finish, but I had it off and I don't have any more. That was the last I have. I want to decorate it. So let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and use a circle punch. And I'm just going to use a little bit, right? I don't need to go all the way down. We're just doing part of it here just to be able to get the card in there, right? And we can decorate it. Sorry, that's pretty loud. Okay, so get that out of the way. So now that I've got where I can sit there and slide my card, should hopefully go in now. Now I'll have to get another. I'll have to get another. Looking for the one that had it for me, right there. All right, so that one. So while it slid, so see how it slid a while ago, and it don't want to slide now. Now that I've got it closed. So that means here is I really need to add like another. I would just go ahead and take this up to 2 7/8, right? All right, so let me do that over. We'll set that aside. This one I can put money in. I wanted a gift card of money. So let's do that again. right? So we'll just sit there and give it a little bit more room. So those are some of the things. This is 3 7/8. Let me see how wide this is going to be for us. Okay, so this will get me to 2 7/8. All right, so I just need to cut this back down to 3 7/8. Then I'll have to grab something else. But while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and score it at 1/4 inch. Do the same thing again. So so if you sit there and accidentally and it just, for whatever reason, a smidgen was off or I scored it incorrectly or something, that's fine. We're not going to get all upset about it. We're just going to go and redo. I can put money in that. But I really want to put my money in my gift card in there, because I like sending the gift card. And plus, we're supposed to take someone on. See here, as we did a while ago, and it looked fine, right? So we're going to go ahead and get another piece of the other. If I can't find it, I'll just grab another piece. But it's going to have to be the same height. See, originally I was thinking to use this, but this isn't tall enough, right? This only gets you to 3 5/8, which doesn't mean we couldn't use it. It means it's just not going to be as tall, right? And I'm thinking, okay? All right, the world's not going to end. We'll try it and see, okay? This half of it, like yesterday, we got together and we were busy making card. We were doing some watercolor techniques and that kind of stuff and all. That was really fun. Okay, if I'm going to do this, I want to be sure to get a little bit of this here, okay? Because this right here, the white part in itself is almost 2 3/4 inch, right? So the thing is, it's going to be very difficult to sit there and get any of that, okay? So I'm just going to go with this right here. We're going to go with this at 2 7/8 because I just enlarged it. And then we'll do our 1/4 inch around. And I tell you, I didn't do this the first time, but let's make sure they're the same size. Okay, look the same size. Just making sure, right? Because when I got through the other one a while ago, it didn't look right. So, it looked like one was bigger than the other one. But that's the thing, right? So if you're going to sit there and use scoring, you're going to have to make sure you score the same way and the same amount of distance, right? For it to line up. Can make it work, but we'd rather it just work when we sat there and did it the first time around. Okay? So, I'm not worried about this because this is going to be covered. Alright? So don't worry about that. That's going to be covered. And come over here and I'll come over here. Okay. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to sit there and cut our corners, get a little bit of that bulk out. Over here. So I hope you guys are gonna have a nice weekend. For us, we're still in the 90s. It'll still be 95 to 97 degrees. The night times are trying to get cooler for us, but the day times are still hanging tough. But it's still gonna be a beautiful day. We actually need rain. Is what we need, because we are still stage 3 water restrictions. If you know what that means is that you can't water your lawn as much as you want. You have to water certain times of day, right? So, and your grass and stuff might decide to die. So, we won't rain. It's good for the plants, us as well too, right? It helps people with allergies as well, get some of that stuff out of the air. Okay, let me do the chair tape on here again. So yeah, so it's all about creating, sharing, and giving, right? The month is almost over. We're here on the 27th. So yes, if you had a birthday during the month, let me know and we'll get you a birthday card. We've already mailed out a number of birthday cards, and we'll mail out some more on Sunday, right? Because Sunday is still September. So if there's something out there, we'll get it to you. And then we'll have the month of October, which have birthdays, right? And not about you, but we have a number of birthdays in October in our family, not even including friends. So yeah. So it is. It's all about creating and sharing, making a difference in someone's life. Because I tell you, I received a card this week. I received a package this week. And I tell you, it was such a nice surprise. It really made my day. Right? To be surprised and to get something in the mail besides bills or junk mail, right? Either or. It's usually one or the other. see that work better. See? So we just line those seams up right there. They lined up, so let's do the sides. There we go. Yeah, so right, some of my peeps are at the age that really, they're not really worried about a gift per se. They just want to know how much money I sent them, or if I sent them a gift card, what does a gift card go for, right? So my special peeps are the age now that they all have, I guess they have checking accounts. Their parents have set them up with some kind of account, so they have a debit card or some kind of card so they can go out and get something they want, right? Without having to go through the parents first. You see, it's got the dark on the dark here, so let me see here. So yeah. So it's all about how much money, how much are they going to have to spend? And I generally know where I'm going to have to take them to, right? So it doesn't matter, right? It's a birthday. It could be just, sometimes I give gifts just because, right? So like this week when I received a card in the mail and somebody sent me a gift just because. I'm like the teenagers, man, or like my little grandkids, right? I'm right there with them. It's like, oh my gosh, made my day. Okay, so this one actually you can see because the fact that it was just a little bit shorter, you can see the distance there. So all we're going to do is we're going to take this right here, our scoring cutter, and we're just going to trim that off. And I'm just going to find a mark that's going to get me right there at the end. And then I'm going to go through here again. Do that again. I had to pretend like I ate my Wheaties there instead of... Alright, there we go. Alright, so see, we got it just like this right here. Let's test our card again. This Nana does not want to have to do this a third time. Okay, so see how this is going to go through, and this one's going to actually show because I made it a little bit taller, and I'm okay with that too. But I'm still at least going to sit there and punch this, right? So let me go ahead and punch it. I don't have to do as much as I did the other one. Just enough, right, so they can see the card just a little bit more. I'm just going to make sure this is centered, and I'm just going to do that. Alright, so it's just a little of a divot there, right? So I'm going to stick this in here. This is mine. They're not getting mine. It's going to go right here. And you can easily put money in here, right? So we're just going to decorate it just as if. So this is too, it's going to take up too much. You're not going to see all my stuff right there. But what I can do, and we did this yesterday, is we can size this down a little bit. Let me go ahead and put this on here. That way when we put up our dimensionals, you'll see it a little bit more too. So I'm just going to take it here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to fussy cut around this. And that way it just gives it like a shadow. And then I'll make it really pop, right? Because when I put the balloon on there, you can see they're just really sort of mixed in with the candles and everything else. So I'll just grab your scissors, glue it to something. And we talked about this yesterday too when we were busy doing the we were doing the club, the monthly adventure club that I do, and we were actually using the ink and all to sit up there and do some watercoloring and all that kind of stuff. But I forget where I was going with all that. But anyway, we did a lot of shadowing, right? Just because some things when you put it down you could hardly see it. So if you just give it a little bit of shadow effect, it breaks up all the busyness in you so you can see it better. So that's all we're going to do right here. So you can see how that's just going to help that out stand out just a little bit. So we got to finish it around, right? So it's like not taking away from the balloon itself or anything. But what it is doing though is to showcase it so you can really showcase the balloon. With the candles as well without taking too much away from the candles. Because I didn't want to take away from the candles. So I'm just going to put this right up here, right? And we're just going to do it dimensional, so it's just like a card or anything else, right? You can sit there and embellish a tag, embellish a gift card. So see, I used the back of that because I couldn't really use the other side. And we'll put this on. Then we can sit there and turn around and add other balloons if we want to. It's going to be the same situation, right? So I can put a balloon right here. But you can see, same thing, if I want to add another balloon, and this one actually doesn't look too bad because it shows up and you got the white right there, right? So we can easily add this balloon here, and we're just going to add a third balloon because I like to add a third balloon. These sort of got all stuck all over me. Okay, so this one though, we're going to have to put over here to the side if we want dimensionals, because the other side is going to be lower, right? We'd have to stack these up. So we're just going to put 2 right here on the side. And then we'll wrap some ribbon around here. As soon as I'm going to grab another balloon too. I'd like to at least have 3, right? Like odd numbers. Like odd numbers. So I'm just going to put this one right here where it's going to stick right there. And then we're going to get one more. Oh, here we go. Here's another one that we can put right here. Right? Now again, see how that blends in a lot? So that's really why I sort of like the white behind the bigger balloon, because that's going to help you sit there and see that a little bit more, right? So that's what it's about. So let's put this right here. I know my daughter's going to say, Mom, you don't usually take this long. Well, you know, sometimes it just goes a different way, right? So yeah, we're just put this right here. We can put it up a little bit more if we want to. We're going to take this right here, this ribbon, the twine, what are we going to call it? And we're just going to wrap it around. I'm going to hold it right here. I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times there. Now, I could have a glue dot. Lots of times I like a glue dot because I get it to hold still for me, right? Something to think about. Just let it hold still for you without wiggling all around. But I'm just going to hide it, right? So I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to put it right under the balloons. And that way it's hidden. And nothing else is going to stick to it, right? So they'll hold this one in place for me as I wrap this around here. And I'm going to tighten this one here too. That one came loose when I did that. So yeah, all I'm going to do is come back around and I'm going to tie a square knot. I think I am. I have to cut off the string though. Not really string though. Alright, so I'm just going to tie this in a square knot, and then I'm going to turn around and make it into a bow. So we got a gift card holder that we can put money in here. We're decorating it. We want to make it a tag. We can make it a tag too. All we got to do is take our hole punch, right? Or also our pick will sit up there and let us punch a hole in there too. But if I was going to do it, I'd most probably just use my hole puncher and punch a hole through it. Okay, so therefore I got it. So I could just curl it if I wanted to, but I'm going to make a bow. I'm going to be brave today and make a bow on my live. Lots of times I don't. Because for whatever reason, when it comes to doing them on live, it's just like I'm all thumbs. But I'm feeling good today. Alright, so see I got my bow. I'm just going to trim it off. And I'll trim it off here. And I've got a very nice decorative, right? Gift card holder, as well as I can put money in here. Now, if you want to make this a tag to go on a present, then all we would do is I'll come behind here like this. And I would punch a hole. Let's see if I can get that one. There we go. Alright, so it doesn't matter to me, right? If you're going to do a tag, you could either do it on the side or you could do it down the center. So let's do it down the center here. Again, all I would do is take my ribbon through here, feed it through the hole. So we're just doing it on one, right? You didn't have to do it through both. Because that way they got their gift holder and everything, and we make it a tag, and we can put their name on it. But we also can turn around and make it into a tag with a here. So we can tie this onto the package as well too. Now I don't know that if I tie this on the outside of the package, I would definitely, most probably not put money in here, but I could definitely sit there and put a gift card. Alright, and then all I would do is take this up here. I would just even this off, right? And then we would turn around and just tuck this in. Alright, so we could easily put this around our bow and make this a tag, right? As well as making it a gift card or anything else that you want to stick in here as an additional present. Just that easy, right? You just have to get the math right to begin with. So, on this particular one, because the gift card was 2 by 3 3/8, then this really worked the best. Alright, the 2 7/8. I just added a little extra there. The height was fine. I could have made it a little bit taller, but I didn't have enough, and I wanted the candles there. So, that's okay. If you wanted it a little bit taller, then just make it with the 3 3 7/8 would work just perfect. All right, so it's that easy to go out there and make a gift card holder as well as make it into a tag. Or you could even hang it from a Christmas tree, right? We do Christmas time. If you did Christmas decorations, you could hang it from a Christmas tree. We do have folks that do that for Christmas time, right? So it's all about creating, sharing, and giving. You know, and how can we sit there and make a difference for someone else and make their day special for them, right? So with that, we want to thank you for supporting us not only here, but also on YouTube and Instagram. And we will be changing over to another kit on Sunday with Zoe and Nana live on Zoe and Nana Stamping. And so be sure to come and kit together with us if you've got the kit we're using. Or if you have your own kit or something else you want to work with us, come on out, say hello. We do door prizes, and all we do is we just go in. If you left an emoji, made a comment, whatever, your name gets put in the drawing, and we draw at least 3 winners every month for it. All right, so be sure to do that, and we'd love to see you out there. And otherwise, we'll see you next Friday for Teach Me Nana. Be blessed. Have an amazing weekend. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.